Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this evening I am joined by
Tyler Anderson from Odinfist.
It's great to chat to you this evening. Remain in Steel isn't released for a while yet. How excited or a little impatient are you getting waiting for its release in March?
I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah, I'm not getting too impatient because we've got singles rolling out before the album drops. So we've got two of those come out, and there's one coming soon this month, and then the full album will be out in March on the 10th. So pretty excited for people to hear it.
Brilliant. And if you've actually been going quite a while, but seem to have gotten people's attention worldwide, review-wise already, why do you think this is?
I think this is because we've put more effort into promotion this time around. So things have been picking up outside of our local scene for us finally after a while.
Brilliant. Okay, so if I was totally new to Odinfist, which track from the album would you play me to introduce me to your band?
From this one, I'd probably pick the first track, which is also the first single that we released. It's called Riffmaster. And it's kind of like a full steam ahead, fast, almost speed metal type song. Lots of riffs, of course, hence the title Riffmaster. And it's got lots of cool, like high-pitched wailing vocal parts, lots of solos. It's got everything that you want in a heavy metal track, basically.
Epic. So can you tell us a little bit of the story about the artwork as well, the ideas and behind it, and are you going to have that framed as well?
Hey, that's a good question. I don't know if we can get a print of it. Absolutely, I'd have it framed. That's an idea. I'll look into that. The artwork itself, we got the idea from two of the songs on the album. The one I just mentioned, Riffmaster, and another song called Metalmancer. And they're both about these two different characters. And we decided to have them both face each other down in some kind of epic battle on the album cover, right? So the Metalmancer is like a wizard who's literally made out of metal. And he's fighting the Riffmaster, who's like a god who grants heavy metal and all the riffs in heavy metal to humanity, right? And they're having this heavy metal fight in space, which we thought was like the most ridiculous and yet fun concept we could come up with. And then we sent that off to the artist, and she created this absolutely stunning artwork.
Brilliant, because you seem to be a totally fun band, which is what we all need these days, isn't it? Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah, that's what we go for. We go for over the top in like a tongue-in-cheek kind of way. Yeah. Right? We're having fun with it, and we hope people realize that.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little bit of the history then? So how long have you been going, and how many albums or EPs have you released so far?
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So the band's been around since 2006 when we were all still in high school. The first album we did was called Thrash and Pillage, and that was in 2009. That was quite some time ago. And that was with our an old lineup where we had a different drummer and we had a keyboardist as well, actually.
Right.
And then that lineup kind of dissolved, and we ended up with the lineup we have now. We've recorded lots of stuff with that lineup. So we had We Are Gods in 2010, which is a full-length album. And before that, we did a little EP with a couple of the songs that would show up on that album. And then after that, we did another EP called Come to the Walls, which has a few songs from the next album, which was Rest in Glory in 2012. And then we did The Old Lighthouse in 2016, and Let the Gods Decide in 2019. And now this new one, Remade in Steel, this year.
Cool.
I think that's everything. I think that's everything.
So you got quite a back catalogue there then.
Yeah, we've done quite a bit. Yeah.
Awesome. So where do you draw your inspirations from? And I mean, are you sort of inspired by sci-fi?
Yeah, definitely. Especially on this record. The song Masquerade is like a sci-fi epic about basically aliens masquerading as human beings. And kind of concealing themselves as like the church, right? And luring people in. And then suddenly everyone realizes, oh, they're aliens. And then they chase humanity through space and So that one's definitely sci-fi themed, and it's absolutely ridiculous, and I think the best way possible. And a lot of obvious like fantasy themes, right?
Cool.
Warriors with swords, Vikings, and all that fun stuff.
All the pure metal stuff. Yeah, I was going a bit alien there. I was going green. I was going stopped again. Okay.
Yeah, it's getting a little wacky there.
Doing my head in. Okay. So the next question. So are you planning to have a release show, and will you be doing live streams or anything like that, do you think, in the future?
We don't have it quite set up yet. So I'm sure we'll have some kind of release party / show for the album eventually. But there's no details hammered out just yet. Live stream is something we've never done. So that's a cool idea. We may have to look into that.
Yeah, definitely for us people over the pond. Unless you actually get over the pond, is that a plan in the future, do you think? Is it possible?
I mean, we haven't made it there yet, but it would be great to play out somewhere out of our neck of the woods. It's just it can be difficult to kind of get everyone organized to go off and take time off work and away from family and stuff.
Yeah.
But if we got the opportunity, I'm sure we'd see what we could do.
Brilliant. Hey, so you live in Armstrong. I understand you have a big festival there called the Armstrong Fest. Is that like the major festival in Canada? Is it for metal?
For Western Canada, it's pretty big. Which it's not nothing like what you would see over in Europe, of course. But for a local event, it's pretty huge, and we get a lot of people there from like across the country, which is really cool. I'm sure that I've heard that some people have traveled from outside of the country too to come to the festival, and they've brought in bands from all over the place. We've had lots of cool bands up from the States, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Have you actually played at Odinfist yourselves?
Oh yeah, we've played at that festival most years that it's been active. Our bass player Jesse Valstar is one of the members on the council that puts it together.
Okay.
Right, and so we've played there multiple times. Just this last year, actually, too.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's always a great crowd.
Cool. Okay, so talking about like playing live, what are your plans for the year? Are you going to be heading down to the States? I mean, obviously Canada is absolutely humongously massive compared to the UK.
Yes, it makes it hard to get out of our little location, right? Because like major cities in Canada are hours and hours away from each other. So as far as plans, maybe when summer hits, we'll maybe do a couple other festivals in Western Canada. We'll see. It'd be cool to get down to the States. It can be tough to get down to the States as a Canadian, though, to play music because of issues with visas. They're really expensive to get, and you're almost never guaranteed to get them. So we'll see if we can make it happen. We'll see. But yeah, playing live is also going to be tricky going forward because most of the members of the band have kids now. My son's going to be born in April, so gonna have to take a little bit of time off. But we'll make something happen as far as playing live for this record at some point.
Cool. Well, if you do live stream, that'd be even better for us over here. That's awesome.
That'd be a great idea. I've got to see if we could set something up because we got a good rehearsal space set up, and if we could get some kind of decent live stream set up in there, that would be awesome. That'd be a great way to play live.
Absolutely. Cool. Okay, so who would be then your ultimate three bands to go on tour with?
Ultimate bands to go on tour with?
Yeah,
that's a good question. I'd probably have to pick one of our big influences at least. So let's say, this is completely wild and out there, but Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Right. Couldn't turn that down. And let's say I'm gonna go with Skullfist, who's also from Canada, and they also have
Cool.
Fist in their name, and they're
Yeah.
from. I'm pretty sure they're from Toronto,
Right.
or they're over in Ontario. So I'd pick them too. And oh man, let's go with an oddball choice for our type of metal, but I go with Trivium because they're one of my favorite modern sounding bands.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there, you got a really weird jumble of bands that I just picked, but
that'd be cool. Yeah, I love early Trivium stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
That's cool. Okay, so is there a song written by someone else that you guys wish you'd written?
Oh man.
Too many.
Like most classic heavy metal songs from the 80s. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Princess of the Night by Saxon because I think that's like the most catchy heavy metal song ever written. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's a good answer. Okay, so I'm really annoyed this keeps freezing.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so next one. If you were a musical instrument, what would you be? That's my Belgian friend's favorite question to ask bands.
I think I'd have to be the guitar.
Yeah,
that's the one I play. That's the one I know. I'm sure that's if I could end up being an instrument, that's what I would turn out to be.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
If there was a heavy metal song about yourself, what would it be called?
About myself?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, hey, let's say that Riffmaster is about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to be releasing more singles then from the album?
Yeah, we got one more single coming up before the album drops.
Cool. That's brilliant. Okay. Can you give me 4 words to describe Odinfist?
Oh, we had just recently figured this out. Now I don't know where that is. We actually wrote down like words to describe us.
Did you?
I think our drummer came up with saucy, so he thinks we sound saucy, whatever that means. So take that how you will.
Right.
So there's that. I'm gonna go with fun.
Yeah.
Simple but true. Let's go with, I think colorful is a good one. Not literally. Well, it kind of if you look at our album covers, but just I think that vibe comes across in the music too.
Yeah.
And let's go with epic.
Brilliant.
A lot of our songs are pretty long and kind of shooting for that epic atmosphere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so it's like 5 questions now, either or either. So the first one is small, intimate gig or festival?
Small, intimate gig.
Okay. Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl, definitely. If you look behind me, there's
lots of vinyl.
A wall of records, Blind Guardian box set of records. That's I do listen to digital music too, but if I can, I try to get a physical copy.
It's not the same, is it? It's definitely better on vinyl.
It's just cooler. It's more fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so moose or bear?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with moose because bears and I have some beef going right now because at the last place I lived, the bears broke into my shed and stole my garbage multiple times, and they really screwed up the doors on my shed. So I'm not a fan of bears. Still holding a grudge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Something we don't have to put up with over here. Okay. Maple syrup or beer?
Maple syrup. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't drink a lot, so we'll go with syrup. Yeah.
Okay. And the final one, are you guys saints or sinners?
Ooh. Sinners.
Cool.
Yeah, like we don't mean to be, but stuff happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, again, I want to congratulate you on the album. And
Thank
hope
you.
can get to see some live streams or something like that. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
Yeah, check out the couple singles that we've dropped recently. If anything I've said sounds interesting to you, Riffmaster and Metal Mancer are the two singles that are out now from Odinfist, and we got another one dropping. I think it's this coming week or the week after, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say which one it is yet, but keep an eye out for that. And then the album Remade in Steel is coming out March 10th. And if anyone wants to check out all our old stuff, it's all up on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff. We got lots of music to check out. If you like old school influenced heavy metal,
Proper metal. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this interview. It was fun.
The notes that we shred, Mantle was born from the blood that he shed. Floating midnight, the Riff Master he rides, blazing with fury and flame. Fall to the ground, worship his mighty sound, yet reverence cry out his name. Our world will not be the same. Gift of true metal that's real. The unworthy scream and run from his sight as he scours the land with his power and might. So gather your riffs for the judgment he brings. If you are worthy of praises he'll sing, you may be chosen to fight by his side for true metal's glory and true battle ride.
Thank you.